this conversation starts calm, and then everything shifts. Let's break it down on Choir Media.
She's like, I hate him. I hate him. I hate his whole face.
You are so silly. Hi, Kevin. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. My name is Trinity, by the way.
All right. Your channel starts with what?
Wives
Oh,
with
why?
me.
Oh, okay. So,
Mm-hmm.
how old are you?
46.
So, what are we talking about? We were talking about
I
social
want to do
class.
social class.
Go ahead. What do you got?
Yeah, I like social class. I don't disagree with anything that you say, nor do I
Uh,
disagree with your delivery, because, like you said, I have the same mentality. I say what I say with my intentions,
mm
and how you interpret it has nothing to do with me. You know,
Are you married?
I was.
Okay. Because it says wives, men
Yeah,
prefer. Okay.
yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
I was married, but I'm
So,
not anymore.
so
Not by choice.
what are we talking about as far as social class? What do you got on it?
Well, I see that there's some resistance in accepting where you are. Like for the women that call your show, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have this idea that they can move from here to there in, like what you say, a Thanos snap.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't realize that, one, it's a process and it doesn't start at 30, thinking that you're going to get what the 23-year-old is going to get and what the 24-year-olds are going to get. And
Mm-hmm.
then you have children on top of that. You understand? And
Mm-hmm.
I understand where it's stated that accountability is like kryptonite, but
Mm-hmm.
um the way I see it is that there's like a great thing with cognitive dissonance. Like they are incapable of actually receiving the information that you're trying to express.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because they are into their feelings. And with the cognitive dissonance, it's because of their feelings that their mind is rejecting the information that you're giving them.
Mm-hmm.
And I do love the idea that, okay, fine, you can't get to them, so you're going to use them as a learning tool, which is what I always do.
Well, yeah, I do that
Mm-hmm.
because at the end of the day, it's not about proving somebody wrong. It's about having a conversation because what we had so long is this echo chamber. This
Yes.
echo chamber to where it's always the men, the women don't really have to look at themselves, and the women can just do what they want, and that's just not fair to guys.
No.
Most people don't want to deal with where they are because they don't like being limited. Let me do this real quick. Um, this person keeps using my videos. I'll see you in court, Miss Love. You don't have my permission to be using my videos like that. I don't know why you think you can just go do what you want to do. You out of your mind. So, social class. Why is it so bad? Why do people think like it's so bad to just be locked into their level?
I don't think they like where they are. And
Okay.
they are placing their self-worth on
Mm-hmm.
things that are outside of them. And in this case, it just happens to be the caliber of man that they think that they can attract, without realizing that, like, relationships are in fact reflective, because there is the law of attraction, like the law of gravity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And they don't understand that. So they think that, okay, this is what I've noticed. When a woman is saying that she wants a man with a lot of money, right?
Mm-hmm.
What she's really expressing is that she has a sense of, a sense of lack of security within her, for whatever the reasons may be,
Mm-hmm.
and this lack of security is now placed outside of her.
Mm-hmm.
And with this being the case, she cannot process the idea alone that she may not measure up, because that idea of not measuring up, what says to her is that she's not good enough. And all her life she's been told she's good enough, she's all of that. All she has to do is A, B, C, and D, and then you'll get E, F, and G. And then when
Mm-hmm.
she has done all of that and realizes that she cannot get those things going that route, instead of accepting that route as a loss, and as opposed to saying, I'm starting from, I'm starting all over again, saying I'm starting from experience. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But I think that they have this idea that because they pick the way that they pick, that the men that they desire should choose them
Mm-hmm.
because of their poor decision making, without understanding that just like they have a preference, we all have a preference. And
Mm-hmm.
neither one of our preferences should have to forego for someone else's presence, especially
Well,
when you know your worth.
here's the thing. Women have been told they can have everything at the same time. And men understand life is about choices and trade-offs.
Mm-hmm.
And men accept, this is what I have to buy. This is inside my budget. And even though I may want this is what I got. Women have been told that I want that. And even though my income, my competence, my whatever is this, I can find another way to get it.
And I'm sorry to cut you off. And I think that's why there are more women in debt with credit than there are
Mm-hmm.
with men in debt with credit.
So
Because
cool.
women, like you said, feel that they can have it all right now. So even if they don't measure up and stand in caliber, the same
Mm-hmm.
way they don't measure up in the money, in the
Mm-hmm.
currency, they charge it.
Right. Well, I don't. And here's the thing: I don't care about men. Don't care about that so much as that women just um, women continue to when they don't get what it is they feel they deserve, they're blaming men.
Hmm.
It's like, well, like the last caller, everything was never really on her. It's not my choice. It's always, I can shift accountability and blame. And I don't get it. And it only hurts our community. Let me go ahead and bring somebody else in. Appreciate you coming in.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Yeah, this one hit different. And I'm saying that honestly. I know women like her too, and you're right, a lot of them are in their 50s and 60s now. Same mindset, same blind spots, same unresolved contradictions. Just older. And the scary part is, they still don't see where things went left. They're convinced life happened to them, not that their choices compounded over time. That's why this conversation was actually very interesting and very informative. It wasn't loud, it wasn't chaotic. It was one of those discussions where the truth quietly sits in the room and makes people uncomfortable. The kind where, if you're honest with yourself, you start reflecting on your own decisions. And I agree, she really has decoded the gaps in modern women's mentality. The disconnect between what they say they want and what they actually reward. The confusion between independence and isolation. The belief that confidence replaces competence, or that feelings override reality. What stood out most was that she wasn't just criticizing, she was observing patterns. That's the difference between noise and wisdom. Anyone can complain. Very few people can step back and say, here's where the thinking went wrong, here's why it keeps repeating, and here's how it ends if nothing changes. Honestly, the idea of her starting a women's reality school isn't even a joke. A space where women are taught cause and effect, long-term thinking, accountability without shame, how men actually think, not how social media says they do. That kind of guidance could save a lot of people years of confusion and resentment. Because what we're seeing now are the results, not the beginning. The 50 and 60-year-old women didn't wake up there overnight. This mindset was planted decades earlier and watered with excuses, affirmation culture, and avoidance of hard truths. That's why conversations like this matter. They're not about attacking anyone. They're about interrupting a cycle before it finishes playing out. So yeah, respect where it's due. This wasn't entertainment. This was insight. And anyone willing to actually listen instead of getting defensive could learn something real from it.